Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I am Kajura Faiz, Senior Manager of Human Resource Department of Suntec Media Group. Today I was assigned to present a report on flexible working hours during movement control orders and its impact on the company. First of all, I would like to thank Dato' Azman, our chairman, and other board member for their time. I will present this report online along with infographics and important data that show the effectiveness of flexible working hours to the staff of this company. Through this report, I hope that the board of directors as well as the management of the company will be able to approve the draft proposal for flexible working hours comprehensively to all the staff. The COVID-19 is affecting every facet of our daily lives, including the way we work. Prompted by a rapid increase of COVID-19 cases in the country, the Malaysian government issued the Movement Control Order (MCO) that implements a series of precautionary measures to curb further outbreak of COVID-19 in the country, including shutting down all government and private premises except for those involved in essential services and some sectors with government permission, and travel bans on all foreigners entering Malaysia and on Malaysian leaving the country. The MCO has forced most employers to request their employees to work from home as part of the effort to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. Millions of employees in Malaysia are working from home for the first time as the country tackles COVID-19. And amid stay-at-home orders across the country, employees have ditched their daily commutes to work from sofas, dining room tables, and beds in their own homes. Despite the circumstances, we are making works for us in the best way we can. But this may not be an isolated shift. The outbreak has triggered an anxious trial run for remote work at a grand scale. Yet, when the COVID-19 pandemic passes and we slowly return to normality, many companies will have the tools and infrastructures and the option to implement true flexible working as part of their way of work. But what does flexibility look like? Ways of achieving flexibility include adjusting work hours, job sharing, and work some hour from home. No doubt, managing flexible as in team is a critical management skill. It requires a focus on performance and collaboration and often means new systems and approaches need to be introduced to ensure everyone benefits. How will flexibility affect employees? Flexible working hour will give employee the opportunity to meet family and personal needs. It will also reduce staff travel time and fuel costs. In addition, our employees also can avoid traffic and travel stress during busy time. Flexible working hours can increase sense of personal control over the schedule as well as the work environment, which allow employees to work in a fresh mood, and companies are able to build an employees-friendly image. Nevertheless, we should not let the safety of our staff be at stake. COVID-19 does not know anyone. It will attack every individual exposed to it. The best way is to stay home. We ready to let our staff work flexible. Why do we need flexibility hours at works? It is simple. We need it because of social distancing. To prevent COVID-19 virus from spreading, we need to avoid 3 C's, namely crowded places with many people nearby, close contact setting, especially when people have close range conversation, and confined and enclosed spaces with poor ventilation. This will affect, of course, of work in the office because, of course, the atmosphere of our office is contrary to what is required by the authorities. As a media company, we cannot avoid the hustle and bustle that occur on a daily basis. Indirectly, it will contribute to the spreading of the virus and further harm our community. What is flexible working? Flexible working describes a type of working arrangement which gives a degree of flexibility on how long, where, when, and what time employees work. There are many forms of flexible working, including home working, part-time, or reduced hour, job share, flexi-time, compressed or annualized hour, career breaks, staggered start, and finish time of self-roostering. In line with company mission that is to inform, to persuade, to entertain, and to transmit culture, we must not allow the public to search for unauthentic information elsewhere. Therefore, we as an influential media company should remain operational during this movement control orders period. Based on the company's production report, it showed a significant decline in March 2020. The drastic decline was due to the COVID-19 pandemic that resulted in the occurrence of movement control orders. At the start of the MCO, we had instructed all staff not to come to the office. As a result, the company operation almost came to a completely halt. What is the current operating status about our companies? The company is currently operating at full capacity. 48% of workers have chosen to work from home, 39% have chosen to work in flexible hours, 12% working in normal working hours, and 1% have chosen not to work or on their leave. In conclusion, I find that the implementation of flexible working hours has been successfully done. As MCO restriction is and many employees continue to work from home during a phased return to the workplace, it is likely that teams will find there is a mix of virtual and physical working. During this time, organization and their HR managers need to ensure fairness and consistency in the treatment of all employees, whether working flexibly or not, as well as ongoing communication and engagement. Consideration for effective people manager or HR management during this interim period should include effective communication to make sure all employees receive key messages or information, whether they are in the office or working from home. Secondly, providing managers with guidance, training, and support for managing remotely. And the third one is encouraging regular one-to-one or checking in meeting to monitor well-being and reduce any feelings of isolation for home workers. We also have to fairly workload distribution and regular review of workload and objective. Regular team meetings and social spaces to maintain correction and build a relationship amongst the employees. Employers should consider allowing requests for short-term flexible working or time-limited changes to terms and conditions of employment. This could include allowing employees to request temporary changes to their working pattern. For example, for 3 or 6 months, at the end of any agreed period, the employee would automatically return to their substantive working pattern unless otherwise. A short and simple application process, for example, aim to make decisions quickly in no more than a week or two, and provide employees with a simple form to complete. We should also removing unusual policy requirements such as stipulating 26 weeks service in order to make a request or allowing more than one request in a 12-month period. I think our company also have to outline specific requests for employees, such as they may make, for example, a reduction of hours or flexi time. An assumption that requests will be agreed wherever possible, where their employees has a good reason for needing the changes. Any changes should be mutually agreed, confirmed in writing, and have a clear end date. Where employees are seeking a permanent flexible working arrangement or seeks one when a temporary change has ended, the organization's normal policies and procedures should apply. HR manager will need to be briefed and trained on how to handle requests fairly and consistently. Finally, trust between employer and employees are important issue when it comes to flexible working hours. If not monitored by managers, flexible working hours might create some difficulties in the workplace. That's conclude my report this time. I hope that the report can help the management in managing the working hours of the company employees for the future. Thanks to the board of directors, especially to Dato Azman for the time given. Hopefully, we will meet again another days. Thank you and stay safe.